Hello students, welcome to another lecture of human anatomy and physiology, and today we will be starting with the second unit, and the first topic in the second unit is integumentary system. So let's start. So integumentary system is the body system which surrounds the body. It is the system that can instantly tell us whether someone is young or someone is old. It is a system basically which protects us from harm and allows us to sense our surrounding. Broadly speaking, the integumentary system is composed of the skin, right? So in this particular topic, we will be studying about the skin. Okay, now talking about skin is something that completely covers the body. So it is basically an extensive sensory organ which forms an outer protective coat around the entire external surface of the body, right? Its function is to protect the underlying structures from injury. It contains certain sensory nerve endings that helps us in, perceiving pain, to understand the temperature and touch. It is also involved in the regulation of the body temperature. Now talking about the structure of the skin is anatomically organized into different layers, right? So it is basically divided into three layers. The first being the epidermis, the second being the dermis, and the deeper subcutaneous tissue, which is also termed as your hypodermis. Right? So epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin. Dermis lies beneath the epidermis and it basically contains certain amount of connective tissue, hair follicles and sweat glands, and hypodermis is made up of fat and connective tissue. This is basically the structure of the skin. There are three different layers, one being your epidermis, second being your dermis, and the third being your hypodermis, or the layer containing fats and connective tissue, right? Now talking about epidermis is the most superficial layer and it is composed of your stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. The thickness of epidermis, it varies. It is thickest on the palm of the hands and soles of the feet. There is no blood vessel or nerve ending in the epidermis, but its deeper layers, they have interstitial fluid from the dermis which provides oxygen and other nutrients, and it also helps in draining away waste material basically, right? There are again certain layers of cell in the epidermis, right, which extends from the deepest, which is the germinative layer, to the most superficial, which is termed as stratum corneum. Now the surface cells, they are constantly rubbed off and they are replaced by those which are beneath the superficial layer, right? Now complete replacement of the epidermis, it takes about a month. Now hair, secretions from the sebaceous glands and ducts of the sweat glands, they pass through the epidermis to reach the surface of your skin, right? Now the upward projection of the dermal layer, which is termed as your dermal papillae, this you will be able to see in the diagram which is provided to you. They anchor this securely to the most superficial epidermis, and they also allow in the passage and exchange of nutrients and waste products to the lower part of the epidermis, right? Now the skin color of any individual is affected by certain factors. The first factor being the presence of melanin. So melanin is a dark pigment which is derived from the amino acid tyrosine and is secreted by melanocytes, which is present in the deep germinative layer, right? The second factor which determines the skin color is the normal saturation of hemoglobin and the amount of blood which is circulating in the dermis. And the third factor which is responsible for the skin color is the level of bile pigment in your blood, because the presence of bile gives the skin its yellowish color. Now coming to the second layer of the skin, the second layer is your dermis. So dermis is tough and elastic, and it is formed from connective tissue, and the matrix contains collagen fibers with certain amount of elastic fibers, right? Now rupture of elastic fibers, they occur when the skin is overstretched, resulting in permanent stretch marks, right? And stretch marks are mainly observed during pregnancy or when a person is obese, right? Now coming to the structure of dermis, so the dermis mainly contains blood and lymph vessel, it contains sensory nerve endings, it contains sweat glands and their ducts, and hair, pili muscles and sebaceous glands are also present in your dermis. Now talking about hypodermis. So hypodermis is a layer which is directly below the dermis, and it helps, it serves as a connecting link between the skin and the bones and muscles, right? So, and hypodermis mainly consists of vascular, loose areolar connective tissue and certain amount of adipose tissue, whose function is storage of fat and providing insulation and cushioning for the integument. Now coming to the functions of the skin, so certain basic functions of the skin are providing protection of underlying structures, it helps in the regulation of body temperature, it helps in the formation of vitamin D, it helps in providing cutaneous sensation, it helps in the absorption of nutrients, and it helps in the excretion of waste products from the body. So thank you so much, dear students. This was all in today's lecture. Today we studied about the integumentary system. In that we studied about the structure of the skin, all the different layers, the 3 different layers, and the function of the skin, right? So if you have any queries, any doubt in today's lecture, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for attending the class. Thank you.